Hi guys, Darth Deuce here, back in the Star Wars The Black Series action figure review. Today, taking a look at another from the most recent wave of Black Series figures, we have Luthen Rael from Andor, who was probably my favorite new character introduced in that series. Great character in Stellan Skarsgård's a very good actor, so I always like seeing him and stuff. And he did a really good job with the character, so definitely want to have a figure of him. They released one in the Black Series. Be interesting to see if they eventually do a vintage collection. I don't know, nothing's been announced yet. But yeah, let's get into it. So a lot of the characters in Andor, they made a few figures, and I wouldn't say they're the most toyetic figures because a lot of them are just kind of like men and women in clothes, like pretty general looking clothes, and Luthen's no exception. So the figure like Luthen, a lot I think boils down to is he accurate in terms of the likeness? Is the likeness very good? That really kind of makes or break these kind of figures for me. And I am happy to report that this figure definitely fits the bill. I think the sculpt and face print on this figure is absolutely excellent, and my camera and lighting doesn't do it justice, so I apologize. Yeah, the likeness to Stellan Skarsgård is incredible. I think this sculpt is fantastic. The face print is applied really nicely. He doesn't have a whole lot of glossiness going on. It's really good. Yeah, I'm very happy with how this looks. The hair is pretty cool. It's got that very light blonde, and they put some darker blonde brushing in there to kind of give the hair some extra detail, which is very nice. Yeah, very happy with it. Looks really good. The rest of the figure, he's actually a relatively hefty figure because he's got such poofy pants and such large sleeves. It adds a lot of plastic to him, and he's also got this big coat on. So that's kind of cool, I guess. And you got the shirt here, pretty basic, but he does have some brown painted suspenders, look good. The coat does get out of the way pretty easily. It's fairly pliable. I do like the little bit of different tone of green, olive greenish that they did here. And I like the sculpt of the jacket in general. It's not, it's got a bit more bent on this side. It looks like maybe flowing, and it looks like worn and used and all that. I don't know how to really explain it. It just looks good. Lots of pockets and whatnot sculpted on there. Could have maybe done with a black wash, maybe some weathering. Would have looked really nice, make it look a bit more gritty, but it's not a big deal. The sleeves look pretty good. They've got these weird cuts in them where you can see the sleeve underneath, but it looks nice. He's got some gloves on, fingerless gloves on. Pants look good. They're very poofy. Remind me of the Ahsoka figure from The Mandalorian. But very nice. And then some boots there, which are sculpted pretty well. So very good looking figure. Could have used a bit of a wash and some weathering, but still looks pretty good. Articulation wise, also pretty well articulated. You have a dumbbell joint in the neck as well as or head as well as base of the neck. Looks down a fair amount, up a decent amount, pivots very well, rotates. Single hinges at the elbows move, or shoulders rather, move 90. Butterfly joint, single hinge at the elbow, moves 90. And then swivels at the wrist as well as hinges. However, the hinges are tough to kind of articulate because there's so much plastic sleeve going on. You're not going to get much movement out of that. Torso joint goes back a bit, goes forward an okay amount, pivots a fair amount, and rotates pretty good. Hips go all the way out both ways, which is very nice. The swivel cut is very cleverly hidden. They actually sculpted the pant leg to go over the joint, so you can almost can't see there's even a swivel cut. That looks really nice. I'm hoping to see more of that so it doesn't break up the sculpt quite as much. Very cool. Single hinges at the knees, which are a bit tight because they're so large, but they do bend about, I'd say, a little bit past 90. And then you have hinges at the ankles that go up a bit, down a lot, and pivot. So pretty good articulation. You know, everything I'd expect from this character. He's not doing acrobatics and a bunch of crazy stuff like that, so I don't need him to be doing all that. So he gets all the poses I really want out of him. In terms of accessories, comes with a couple things. You get a little blaster pistol. It's sculpted in this gunmetal, like silver, I guess, or painted in the silver with this white grip, which I think looks kind of nice. And he has a trigger finger on the right hand, so he grips that very well. Nowhere's to store it on his person, though, however, which I think is a little unfortunate, but not a big deal. He also comes with this little thing here, just sculpted and painted, or painted it brown. Has some nice sculpted wooden detail with a bit of gray, and you can actually pull out the little knife. I actually don't remember him ever using this in the show, but he must have. It's been a while since I watched it, so I just don't remember. But it's a very cool little accessory. And then you can, have him hold it how you want. The left hand doesn't have a trigger hand, so I usually just have him holding it in his left hand, and you can do whatever you want with that. But very nice, very good accessories. I don't really know what else you could have included with him, I suppose. So that's good. And then just for comparisons, don't have a ton to compare with, but here he is with the Andor from this wave, Cassian from this wave. I think they look good together. And then not completely accurate to the show, but here he is with the Rogue One Saw Gerrera. I think they look cool together as well. Some of these guys. Overall, I think it's actually a really cool figure. I kind of wasn't expecting to like it as much as I do, because on the surface it kind of seems kind of like a boring figure, like as an action figure, I guess. But the likeness is, I think, spot on. Decent accessories, good articulation, looks great otherwise. It's just a really solid release. So if you're a fan of Andor and collecting the Black Series, definitely recommend picking this one up. Definitely not one you're going to want to miss. If you're collecting Andor figures, I would feel like he's a must-have. So yeah, definitely pick him up. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know anything down in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. May the Force be with you.